Hey, bud.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to you in a while.
Yeah.
How's it going, dude?
How's it going, bud?
How's it going, dude?
How's it going?
How's it going?
Fucking shit, goddamn.
We haven't done that in years. Okay, bud, you want to do the
How's it
intro?
going, bud? How's it going, dude? Welcome
How's
back
it
to
going,
Animal
bud?
Fights, where we fucking tell you except for fucking shit, goddamn it.
Take two.
Shit, kicking ass crap. Alright, fuck. Okay, let me stretch. Get
Your
out the,
creative
get out the
profanity.
Get out the 1, 2, 3s, the 1, 2, 3s. You know how it is. Stretch a little bit, plug in my phone so it doesn't
Oh,
fucking
Jesus.
die.
Okay, well, I'm eating birthday cake, so please do it. Today's my birthday, by the way. Happy birthday, River.
Yeah, I know. I was waiting for this to say
Happy birthday,
because I figured that would be better.
person
And your
whose
birthday is going to be part of the
pseudonym
intro.
I will
Guess
not
what,
use.
motherfucker?
Oh,
So,
really quick. My surgeon just had a baby, right? Guess what his name is? Blaze Rowan.
not bad.
Is this a pun? Am I gonna
No. That's
am I
his,
gonna
no, that is my
understand
surgeon's-
this
that is
on the
name
toilet
of
in
my
about 3 hours?
That is the name of my surgeon's son, Blaze Rowan, and I was laughing because I was laughing because I was thinking about like oh yeah though so about this podcast, and I'm like, yeah, and in about 15 years when Blaze Rowan discovers this podcast, he's gonna go up to his dad and be like, Dad, you worked with River? And he's gonna be like, who the fuck is River? Because, you know, I don't use my government assigned name on this podcast.
They'll find another reason to cancel you.
Alright, Bud, do the intro.
This is going to be rough because my Wi-Fi died. So, alright, let's do this shit. Okay. So, welcome back to Animal Fights, where we tell you what Disney Channel, Animal Planet, and making it another unfortunate year around that godforsaken sun won't tell you unless you're consuming our content. Which, by the way, happy birthday, River. You made it another year around that godforsaken sun. I'm sorry.
I made it around the sun 33 times, bitches. And speaking of,
and yet you still haven't grown up. Congratulations. Fight the power.
Huzzah!
Ooh.
Alright, well, speaking of animals that do not make it around the sun after they have sex, we are going to be talking about animals whose mates eat them after getting it on.
And before.
And before.
And during.
And during, yeah.
Who doesn't like a little bit of fellatio or cunnilingus after the main course?
Sometimes head gets taken a little too far. And someone loses their head.
It's like the praying mantis, and he's just like, yeah, baby, give me head. And she's like, she has half his brain sticking out of her mouth, and she's just like, I'm sorry, what?
Which I can't wait to talk about that one. Actually, why don't we just jump right into that topic specifically?
What, mantises?
Mantises, because I learned something very fun while doing the research for this episode.
Here,
by very fun, I mean awful.
Let me do this, okay? Alright, so praying mantises. There's a million types of species of praying mantises. We're just going to talk about praying mantises as a whole. So basically what happens...
But wait, my friend. I'm going to stop you right there.
Right.
You see, I have learned something interesting about a specific species of mantis during the research in this episode. And it's about a species where the males have learned not to get their asses got.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah, but
yes.
here's the thing though. With mantises, if you don't get caught, you won't produce enough eggs because the female eats the male because she needs the protein to lay the eggs. So if they get away,
the trade-off between the sacrifice of the male's body for higher egg production versus the male's survival, that is a conversation
Did I mention
days, honestly, and
in
that's not
the table read about this how morbid of a topic this is for the holiday?
You're the one that
Happy
suggested it.
Valentine's Day, everyone.
You're the one that suggested it. No, dead ass. You were the one that suggested it.
You were the one who was like, sexual cannibalism. And we're like, all right, sold.
And we're like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Hashtag feminism.
Hashtag feminism, hashtag sexual cannibalism. And, like, we're not even going to talk about the instances where the males eat the females, because, like, that was something I thought about putting in here.
I'm sorry, that is totally feminism. We are equal opportunity on this channel. Please respect my pronouns. We will talk about the male eating females.
Yeah, you will.
It's equal opportunity. If the males can die in sexual cannibalism, the females can too. Nature is nothing if not equal.
It's okay, men. Break that glass wall.
But speaking of, the whole sexual cannibalism thing and mantises, let's jump right into that because most people know that male mantises of many species are just straight up murdered by the female during, before, or after procreation, and they're usually eaten by the female. However, a specific species of mantis called the springbok mantis decided, no, we're not gonna go ahead and do that. And so, and actually, the fun fact is, this was just started to publish recently, and so a scientist in New Zealand, where apparently they are invasive, didn't know that, but I mean, we have Chinese praying mantises in America, so I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
But
Chinese,
so
the Chinese ladybugs or whatever. No, those Japanese beetles.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Neomantis caphra, the springbok mantis, the males have taken a rather aggressive approach to mating, in which they will try to sneak up on the female, and they will grapple her to the ground and proceed to attempt to mate with her.
Jesus!
The attempts aren't always successful for the males. Sometimes they will attempt to grapple the female, and she will overpower him and eat him as a result. Because, if that isn't natural selection, I don't know what the fuck is.
Dude, if only humans can do that. Just like some guy's trying to take advantage of you and you just turn around and bite his fucking head off. Yeah.
I thought you were going to go into like a whole cannibalism thing where like you just butchered him and took him home and ate him.
I mean...
Free food.
You would have
free food.
You must have a very interesting dating life there, River.
I mean, free food though.
And
it's
like I could just imagine you. What wasn't Dahmer in Milwaukee?
Yeah.
Just a fridge full of dudes cracking open a cold one.
Right? That's how I spend my Saturday nights. Fridge full.
But if you're doing it to rapists, it's okay.
Yeah, exactly. If you do it to a rapist, it's okay. I mean,
anyway,
rapists don't deserve to live, so
So yes, in the recorded instances of the study, the males that attempted to overpower the female and lost were subsequently eaten. The males that attempted to overpower the female and successfully did so 78% of the time, luckily escaped being eaten. However, there were still instances during the study in which the males overpowered the female and mated and then were eaten. So it's not perfect, but that's life, man.
They're learning.
Sometimes you try, you get her all nice and and you get it, everything done, you got the job done, and you let your guard down in that beautiful moment of post-nut clarity, and she slices your head off with her mandibles.
Post-nut clarity?
Be like
your words are painting a picture, bud.
Oh my god! If we were on YouTube, that would be the name of the. Not really. That would not be a good name, but okay. So basically,
it gets worse.
Oh god! Yep. Keep going. I fully support you, bud.
It gets worse.
Live your dreams, bud.
So a way that we're shown to what?
Look at the fucking picture that DA just sent.
Let's see.
Totally got
I
that.
love that. But a way that was shown to increase the male's chances of survival during copulation was extreme acts of violence. The males were seen during the grappling with the female, attempting to wound and injure her. And as a result, those males who, even after copulation, proceeded to injure the female, these males had a much higher chance of survival. So basically, he goes in, gets the job done, and then stabs her so he can get away.
Nice.
And you know, you do what you gotta do.
I mean, so with a lot of the praying mantises, with normal praying mantises, usually how the date goes is that the female mantis likes to, you know, she's sitting there minding her own business, and all of a sudden she feels feelers on her backside, and she's like, oh, and it's basically the male going, yeah, baby, you like that, don't you? Yeah. Yeah. So she's just like, okay, let's see where this goes. And basically,
So it starts in a bar. It starts in a bar.
Someone
grabs her ass, and all of a sudden they're bumping and grinding.
If the bar is pheromones, because the female will puff out a bunch of pheromones. Ooh, what's this? So the female pumps out a bunch of pheromones. The male comes over. He starts feeling her up with his feelers. He's all like, "Yeah, baby, you got that 6, 8, 9, or whatever the kids say. I don't know." But I get low. But male.
I think that's the 32, 24, 36. Get your dimensions right.
That's right. The 32, 34.
5'3".
So basically what happens is if she looks at him and he looks like fucking Quasimodo, she's just gonna fucking eat him. Or if he looks like a straight up fuckboy, she's just gonna eat him. Like there's no chance, like there's no like chance of, you know, getting any. She's all like, no. He's all like, hey baby, was your dad an astronaut? 'Cause your ass is out of this world. And she's like, oh hell no. And then she'll eat him.
I mean, that's such a shitty pickup line. You deserve.
No wonder you've been single this long. I can't even.
I've been single this long because you know, all of my suitors keep feeling me up with their feelers, and I just bite their heads off. So, so anywho,
news headline.
Basically,
news headline: serial killer finally admits.
So finally, she gets, she's on her praying mantis Tinder, and she comes up about this guy. You know, he's pretty cute. He's pretty cute. 6'7", lives in Orlando. Really geeky guy. I mean, and then you know, so he starts, you know, getting all up in her grill, and she really likes him. So they end up doing the dirty. And after they do the dirty, during they do the dirty, so while they're bumping and grinding, she literally, like, she's like, hey baby, I want to try this position. And he's like, okay, you get on top. And she's like, oh, I will. And she'll grab him with her little, like, razor blade legs, and she'll just start eating his head. And now you're thinking, oh, well, he's dead, so what's the point of that? No, my friend, because when the male is decapitated, he will still be fertile for hours afterwards. Matter of fact, decapped males produce more eggs than males that get away. So eating the males is actually extra protein for the eggs, so the female can produce more eggs. And she'll end up laying eggs in this cluster, and it's called an ootheca. Yeah, an ootheca. Or, you know, if he was really fertile, it's called an ootheca. Okay, I'm you know what? I'm gonna see myself out. That was kind of dumb even for me.
Never again. Never again. Never again.
All right. So that was our praying mantis. Bud, did you want to add anything?
Mm, Sexual cannibalism is very strange, and we'll stay on the topic for a moment and move on to another group of animals that's well known for it. Good old spiders. And
Yes.
we'll jump into the famous ones in just a moment. But I found out that some species of males have an elaborate display while they're approaching the female. And it's not to entice her, it's not to distract her. The males move in specific patterns to show that they are not food. specifically just to show the
Ow!
female that they are not food.
I love that gif.
Hey, baby, don't eat me.
Are we talking about peacock spiders? Because this is my territory and I will fight you.
No, actually. The species that was cited for
Yes.
when I was reading about the scientific before we jump into a little bit more of it, can we talk about sexual cannibalism just as a whole for a moment?
Yeah, go for it.
Because it's been theorized that, and so we may as well give a definition, even though we're balls deep in at this point. And by balls deep, we also mean balls and teeth in deep at this point. Sexual cannibalism is defined as the consumption of one partner during the act of mating. This can either be the male or the female, and sexual cannibalism can happen either before, during, or after. Sexual cannibalism does not always have to specifically include the exchange of genetic information. It can be included in attempted males mating and being eaten by the female. It can include males eating older females to essentially remove them from the gene pool. The same can happen with females eating males, and vice versa. But sexual cannibalism can also lead to some horrifying things. Like, for example, in redback spiders, the males have been recorded mating or attempting to mate with immature females who are not fully ready to mate, and therefore their desire to eat the males of the species is much, much lower. So the male will approach and basically kind of stab his genetic material into her and kick rocks. And the genetic material is actually stored inside of the female and stays there until her final molt, in which she's in her full adult body size. And then she will become pregnant and have her babies. And the male's long gone. He's gotten away. He ain't dying today. Which, when most people think of redback spiders and the black widows, they think of, the females eating the males. And this is one way in which that very much doesn't happen.
Oh my gosh.
But onto the superior spider.
Peacock spider?
Wait, did you say redback spiders or redneck spiders?
Oh god. Yeehaw! Oh my god, redneck spiders. Oh my god, redneck spiders.
Yes, they're the best spiders.
The South will rise again. You ain't taking my fatty flag away from me. Yee! Roses are red. Something is wrong. I met my wife on Ancestry.com. Butt fucked off, buddy. Okay, you just fucked off. All right, bud. What do you want to talk about next? Hello. What do you want to talk about next?
The peacock spiders.
Yes. Okay. Peacock spiders. I freaking love these guys. They're so cute. If you saw that GIF that Layla posted with the maraca spider, that is a peacock. That is a species of. That's not a peacock. That's a jumping spider. I lied. Okay, so peacock spiders are really cool. Basically they have a part. So the back flap of a spider is called I'm gonna butcher this, but it's called an opistosoma. Here, let me. It's Yes, that. Thank you. But it's called
They're also really pretty.
Opistosoma. Yep. So anywho, basically there's like they're from Australia, so and there's like a million types of species of them. So basically their genetic name is, or not genetic name, their family group name, something like that. It's called Maratus. They're the size of a grain of rice. These guys are very, very tiny. Now, what's great is that when it comes time to, go on spider Tinder, and he wants to find someone who can, hon. The male, I'm gonna tell you a little bit of a story here. All right? You're a male peacock spider, right? You want to find yourself a little honey and get that stinger wet. So you walk over to your girlfriend, to your new date's house, but on her front lawn is just dead bodies of her other suitors that she didn't like, and you're sitting there with your little bow tie and your fistful of flowers, and you look around at all these chads that are just mangled and die, like they're just husks at this point, and you're just like, and you take a nice big gulp, like a comedic gulp, and you walk over and you on her door. And she opens it, and oh my god, she is the most beautiful woman you have ever seen, with those, 8 eyes and the fucking brownish body, and that that opistoma that is dummy thick. But
Is it thick as a trunk? Does it got dumps?
She got them apple bottom jeans, boots with
She got
the
that
fur.
Pixar mom butt.
She dummy thick. Those cheeks clap for days. So anywho.
So speaking of husks, that's what I found. You mostly wind up with after a while on Tinder.
I mean, true, but so what was it? Oh yeah. So anywho, so you kind of take 2 steps back, right? Because she lunges at you and you jump back, and she lunges at you again and you jump back, and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna impress this bitch. Watch this. So you lift up your fucking butt flap, you throw your arms in the air, and you go doot 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 doot, and you literally just wave your butt flap back and forth, and you shake your arms in the air like you just don't care, and she's just like, what the fuck? See, the thing is that if she likes your dance, if she's
that's a new move.
What?
That's a new move. Does that actually work?
Well, I'm going to get to that. Because if you lift your butt flap in the air and you start shaking your arms, and if your girlfriend decides, yes, I do not like this, you dance like a 3-legged badger, she gonna attack you and eat you. And I don't mean in the kinky way. I don't mean in the kinky way. I mean as in she fucking tears your head off and just eats you. Now, if you drop some of those sick moves, and she's like, if you drop some of those sick moves like Magic Mike, with Genuine's pony playing in the background, and she's biting her lip and just like, yes, daddy, take me. That's how I got pregnant. That butt flap though. It's the butt flap that gets you. So basically, so the peacock spider, the reason why they're called peacock spiders is because of the goodest boy, because of that butt flap, because it literally expands out like a peacock, and that's how they get their name. So if she does like him, she'll basically like his dance enough, he'll jump on top of her, they'll mate, they'll go or whatever it is. I don't know how people have sex, it's weird. So the dance...
It's been a while. I know. It's okay.
Where the hell does this thing go? Now, the dance itself can take up to an hour. Mating only takes up to like a few seconds, maybe a minute.
Mood.
To be fair,
Mood.
mood. Oh my god. So I was gonna say you know, to be fair, yeah, okay. So the dance takes about an hour. The sex takes about like 2 or 3 minutes. DA knows from experience. So but the thing is that after they get done, you know, bumping uglies, he walks away, he's just like, yeah, I fucking did it. I nailed that bitch. I'm gonna be a daddy. And she's like, you know what these newly developed eggs need? Protein. And she jumps on him and eats him anyway. So the moral of the story is it doesn't
Young ones
doesn't
don't
matter
need a father
had sex.
figure.
Now the moral of the story is doesn't matter had sex.
That a father figure is nothing but a protein donation. Gotcha.
Mommy, what was Daddy like? He was delicious.
I mean, look at her. She grew up without a dad, and she turned out all right. Oh, she's eating her boyfriend.
So that is the story of the peacock spider, aka one of my favorite spiders. Oh, another really fun fact. It's not really gross. This is actually something I could actually say in front of children. But jumping spiders actually make up the most species of spiders. So that's a fun fact. All right.
I don't know why that's not supposed to be terrifying.
Going from having no dad to having a dad who popped you out. Let's talk about another animal that has a weird sort of breeding system. Let's talk about Cygnathidae, or the group of fish that contain seahorses, pipefish, and sea dragons. And seahorses are somewhat known for having the males be the quote-unquote ones. And looking into it a little bit more, it is much, much more disgusting than I ever had wished to know. And so now you guys are going to learn too.
Get into it.
So anyone ever complaining about a
group
custody
of fish
battle?
that has seahorses in it, Cygnathidae,
Wait, what? Yeah, what'd you say?
also has pipefish and sea dragons.
Anyone ever complaining about a custody battle? Be thankful you don't have to give birth to them like that.
Bitch, I gave birth to him. Yes, so did I.
I carried them.
So,
I mean, yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, but go on your tangent.
The weird thing is about the group of fish is that I knew that the males were the one who carried the children. And the same goes for pipefish and sea dragons, but for some of them it's not internal. For example, sea dragons don't have a pouch to carry the young. Instead, they kind of just stick the eggs onto their tails. And I'm pulling up a picture now just to show you guys, because it's not fun to look at.
So we're gonna make you look at
it.
But
that's what... Yeah, exactly. And sea dragons are very pretty looking fish, but this just makes everything...
Oh god, no. If it's like those horrible frogs with babies in their backs, do not send that. I will punch you through the fucking screen.
Thing with this, so I'm just gonna wait for that to send.
Oh god, no, I am not clicking on that. I mean, I have to for the recording, but Jesus Christ, I do not want to do that. Ugh.
Yeah, and they just kind of attach it to them. and the males just vibe for a little bit, and then the eggs eventually hatch and separate themselves from the male, and there is no parental care involved at all whatsoever.
So they go from a seahorse herpes to just kind of latchkey kids, huh?
Yeah.
After school special.
After school special. Hey, bud. What's that called when there's no parental care involved? Because I know with parental care, it's called the babies are called altruicious, something like that.
Allocoshal. I believe. Oh no, wait. That is. I'm thinking of the word that describes how developed the animals are when they hatch.
Oh yeah. Okay. But anywho's, keep going with seahorses because we have limited time and we still have a few more animals to get through.
So the seahorse, the sea dragons, and pipefish. Pipefish are actually where some of the males have pouches and some males in other species don't. And that's a whole other barrel of fish to not even bother with. Let's go back to seahorses. Hippocampinae is the group of fish known as seahorses. And they have a very elaborate courtship dance and mating ritual that occurs over several days, in which the male and female will bond up, and the male will flash his colors and approach the female, and at some point in time he will open his pouch to show the female.
He got the good stuff.
Which is really just this weird sealed flap of flesh that I don't like to think about, so we're gonna move on past that until we get to the really gross stuff.
Alright.
And so the mating dance occurs over several days, and eventually to where they do one final dance where they link their tails and spiral up into the water column, and then the male gets out his pouch, the female gets out her ovipositor, and the female will insert the eggs into the male's pouch, and depending on the species, while this is happening, the male will release sperm, and in others, the male releases sperm afterwards, which we have not been able to figure out the specifics of because he just kind of shoots it and somehow manages to knock himself up afterwards. We're not 100% about how that works. But then we get to the gross stuff, as if it wasn't gross already, in which the seahorse's internal fertilization and the egg incubation period, where I just always figured that the eggs were in there and then the male would let them out after they hatched. Yeah, no. It's a part of the male's body which he controls the level of salinity in there using his own body, and also provides nutrients to the eggs using his own body.
So wait a second. The seahorse has a mangina?
Essentially. Kinda.
It's a little bit more involved in that, but yeah.
Except it's not on his cloaca where it would be for other fish. It's on his torso, midsection, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Cloaca.
Because, fish have cloacas, which is their everything hole, and in most normal fish, this is where reproduction occurs. Mm-hmm. Eggs are released, sperm is released, and seahorses have cloacas.
Pseudo birds, but we're not. And reptiles.
And reptiles, and amphibians. But anyway... So the male also has this entire separate area for incubation of the eggs, that he controls the quality of the water in there. And I think I'm just a little wigged out by it, by the fact that this is kind of an exposed cavity besides their cloaca. And it stays sealed until the eggs are ready to go. He holds on to them. I believe the longest incubation time for seahorses is about a little over a month to 2 months. And then comes the grand spectacular.
Oh, that sounds hot.
In a disgusting series of convulsions, the male spurts out tiny seahorses out of his body. And if you've never seen a video of it, I highly recommend that you don't, because it's just gross. It's interesting, but gross.
Skeet, underwater.
It's like you're skeeting, except it's actual children.
Yeah, like, you know when they say, like, I'm gonna spill my kids on your couch? Like, he actually is.
Wait, Sorry,
those are my kids. Daddy, fuck off.
Bud. Are you a public school? Bud, are you a public school? Because I'm gonna shoot some kids inside you.
Oh.
All of a sudden, we lost all our subscribers. All 10 of our subscribers.
Yeah. All 10 of our subscribers gone.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. That is like that is my favorite dark joke. I'm sorry.
Just goes on and carries about his day. There is no parental care involved at all whatsoever beyond this.
Be free, little fuckers.
Get out of me! Get out of me!
Just
get out
evacuated that stank belly button.
Bye.
Just
ejaculated and evacuated.
And I love that I have in my notes here that the male busses it open.
He's actually shooting kids out of his fucking... It's like every time you ejaculate, you're a father to like 10 million.
Yeah, it's like shooting out actual babies. It is a very ejaculatory style motion. I think that's why I don't like it.
Aren't you gay?
I mean, yeah, but like, look at this.
All right. Are you anything else you want to add about seahorses?
No, I think we can move on from those disgusting heretics.
All right, let's go to something more disgusting and talk about... You want to talk about octopi, or do you want to talk about redbacks?
Did somebody say detachable penis?
Octopus it is! Okay, so with octopi, I actually just learned about this while I was doing my research. It's actually kind of cool. Alright, so octopi, we're not talking about a specific breed of octopi, we're just talking about cephalopods as a...
specific breed?
Shut up, you know what I mean. A specific species of octopi. We're talking about cephalopods as pretty much not exactly a whole, but just, you know, there's just multiple species that do this. But anywho, you are a female octopi. You're a female octopus. You're sexy there with your 8 legs because, you know, you're legendary, all leg, no dairy. And disgusting heretic. So anywho, the males will start fighting for you. Now, how the males actually fight for the females is they compare their suction cups. They're called discs. And you, of course, have the bigger discs because you are a alpha man, and alpha man has, you know, bigger appendages. So you're just like, yeah, that's right, bitch, mine is bigger. And the other guy goes, oh, yours is bigger, and then skittles away. But the female is just like, oh, yeah, that's cool. Okay, we need to, like, hurry this up because, after I get done fucking you, I have to go over and, fuck these other dudes. Because, octopi have multiple mates. Now, a male actually has a penis arm. The penis arm is exactly that. It's a penis, but is an arm. And it's called a, hectocotylus. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong. Hectocotylus. So essentially, in some species of octopus, he will dead ass rip off his fucking dick, throw it at her, and say, here, bitch, go fuck yourself. And she will. Now, octopi that actually have to, like, you know, do the dirty without ripping off appendages. Octopi who have to, do the dirty without ripping off appendages, the mating can take up to hours, which is something none of your co-hosts have any experience with. Okay, so I'm just kidding. I love you, idiots.
I.
Oh no!
I mean, did he?
Oh shit!
Yep.
Oh shit! I'm sorry, DA. I'm sorry. I'm being an idiot. Okay, so the female. Okay, so here's my favorite part. I love this part. Now the male sticks himself into the female, and he's like, "Yeah, baby, you like that?" And she's just like, yeah, cool. This is cool. All right. Anywho, I've got some errands I gotta run. I gotta pick. I gotta pick my friend up from the from work. I got shit I gotta do.
Okay. Bye.
And you know what he does?
Got this dumbass mermaid I gotta hang out with. Let's speed this up.
Yeah. So the thing is,
I've got this mermaid who has like way too big of ambitions to hang out with, like, and then she needs me to be a drummer for her band, and like,
I don't know.
I didn't even sign up for that.
So he's like, okay, that's fine, but I'm still gonna, I still kind of wanna, do this. And she's like, all right. She fucking drags him along the goddamn seafloor and takes him along with her on her errands, and he's just like, like he's just bobbing along the seafloor after her with his dick up her like octopus coochie. And she's just like, and she's what?
Her octopussy?
Her octopussy, yeah. Her octopussy. So anywho, that's in some species. Other species, they get done doing the dirty, and she's like, all right, time to Ted Bundy this bitch. And she wraps her tentacles around, I think it was about 3 tentacles. She wraps about 3 tentacles around his fucking neck and throttles him until he's dead.
Yeah.
She straight up strangles this bitch. Now, I actually got this from the site.
I can think of worse ways to go.
I mean, when you're all like, yeah, baby, I'm into choking, and she takes it a little too far. She's just like, oh, that's good, me too, and you're like. Now, I actually got that information off the scientific.
I mean, as much as you can strangulate one.
Well, no. See, basically, I found this on the Scientific American, but basically it says, the octopus wraps at least one arm around the base of the mantle of the competitor. Oh, that's a competitor. Never mind. Oh, never mind. I lied.
Like, we don't want to know how they choke each other or how they kill each other on the regular. We just want to know about the sexy stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, hold on. After 15 minutes of mating, the female inches closer to the male, dragging him nearer. The female's 2 arms wrapped around the male's funnel and mantle opening. The male turned white, a common escape attempt response, and seemed to fight to slink away, but the female continued her construction for 2 full minutes before wrapping an additional arm around the male. 2 minutes after that, the male stopped moving. The female enveloped his body with her web and carried him to what appears to be her den. Apparently, the male was both date and dinner.
So she didn't necessarily choke him out. She suffocated him by putting her arms in his breathing holes.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, she straight up...
Which is way worse than being choked out, if you ask me.
She just, like, shoved her whole ass arm down his fucking throat. I mean, that would be the equivalent.
So, death by snoo-snoo?
No.
Yeah.
Not really. Because death by snoo-snoo is literally being like dying. The anti-kinus is death by snoo-snoo.
Yeah, but we already covered that. Go watch our other episodes.
Yeah. So Oh, it was blanket octopuses that have the penis arm. It says for blanket octopus, a detached mating arm might also be a logistical necessity. The female can so the male removes the arm that carries the sperm, and the arm goes into the female's mantle cavity. That's a pretty extreme strategy to not get eaten. It is essentially, here, bitch, go fuck yourself.
I mean, you do what you gotta do.
I mean, hot, but okay. So that was octopi as a whole. God,
You know
I
how,
love
like,
octopi.
you know how you can get, like, a dildo now modeled after, like, a specific guy's dick?
Oh yeah.
Like, how romantic of a Valentine's Day gift is it? Like, that instead of getting you one of those, he gives you, like, his actual dick.
Here, baby, I can only give this to you once. But, all right, Bud, you want to talk about shinglebacks?
Hell yeah. Well,
Or do you want to talk about
what other
albatross?
unwholesome thing?
You want to do a wholesome
Oh, wait,
thing?
albatrosses and shinglebacks are wholesome.
Oh, okay. Do you want to talk? Oh, wait, no, I'm doing albatross. You want to talk about shinglebacks then?
Let's see, is there anything else? We'll cover some of the less wholesome things before we wrap on up with the good stuff to send you on and have a good day.
The only thing the only thing we're missing off of the non-wholesome stuff is male escape tactics. And I didn't write anything. Oh, and black widow spiders. I don't know if you wrote anything down for that.
I feel like I covered redbacks as a whole. Like, you know,
Okay,
redback spiders.
Yeah.
Black widow.
Yeah, you're right.
But there is one other animal that, I mean, depending on how you want to put it, you could throw it in the wholesome or unwholesome category, is the giant panda. And I know most people are aware of them. However, when it comes to their mating habits, they're fucking garbage.
Pandas. Fuck pandas. Because they don't fuck themselves.
Oh, so that's the approach we're taking. All right, yeah. So when it comes to survival strategies, the giant panda is not necessarily equipped with what it takes to survive. Had it not been for humans, natural selection might have sort of seen its way out. Because in captivity and in the wild, giant pandas have shown very little interest in mating. And the female is only receptive for, I believe, a couple days out of the year.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was females can only mate for like, they're only receptive to mating like 1 day out of 1 month a year. And if you skip, I think it's like 2 or 3 days. I know it's like a really, really, really short time period. And if you skip that time period, she'll have a headache for the rest of the year. But yeah,
couple days, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a couple of days when she's all like, you know what, I'm ready. I'm single. I'm ready to mingle, and I'm ready to go to Pound Town. And then she doesn't.
No. It's more like, you know what? I wouldn't entirely necessarily hate this.
That's true. Okay. Yeah, she's just like, you know what? I wouldn't say no. And then 4 days later, some guy comes up and he's all like, "Hey, baby," and she's like, "You know what? Now I'm gonna say no for the rest of the year."
You're 16 hours late.
You're 16 hours late.
Enjoy 365 days of waiting.
Enjoy 365 days of waiting, you virgin.
Go back and go fuck off in the mountains, Ping Ping.
Hey, we don't. Why is there a panda bear up in here? We don't take kindly to panda bears around here. Disclosure: pandas are not bears. Don't ever say panda bear. I am literally,
buddy, my friend.
I am literally quoting South Park. An actual zookeeper told me that pandas are not bears. An actual zookeeper, so fight me. Someone who actually worked with pandas, fight me.
Listen, the whole debate on what the fuck they are is still up in the air. I'm personally on they split off from bears sort of camp, but that's just me.
Because they're pandas. And they're completely fucking stupid.
Like, that's another reason why I don't like them, is like just the cause of unnecessary, overcomplicated conversations when we could be worrying about other shit. Just fucking pandas, man.
Pandas, oh my god, they're so useless. They're cute. The only reason why they're still alive is because they're cute.
Yeah, we could get into that whole rant, but that's something for another episode, for another time. Let's talk about one other animal that in managed care behaves strangely, and that is ostriches.
Oh, fucking ostriches. Okay, yeah, really quick on the ostriches, because
some colloquial
we have 10 minutes left.
It has been said that farmed ostriches will often show little interest in mating with other ostriches and show more interest to mating with the farmers themselves.
It's true. Farmers will straight up like fucking ostriches will just be like, "What's this? An ostrich? What's this? A sexy farmer? God, look at that farmer's tan." And he's like, "No, ostrich, what are you doing? We can't be together. This is wrong. Our genitals are not compatible."
What the fuck are you doing? Go mate with other ostriches so that I can make eggs and sell them and make a living, goddammit.
I want to mate with you, farmer senpai. Notice me, senpai? Those fucking ostriches with the little, like, the anime blush cheeks. Oh my god. If random weebs do not make that a fucking dating simulator, I will be disappointed in humanity more than I already am.
Ostrich farmer dating simulator.
Yes!
That I can much get
farmer
behind.
senpai.
I like it much better than I like the KFC dating simulator.
I was just about to say the fucking KFC dating simulator. Holy shit. I like my idea better than dating fucking sexy Colonel Sanders.
I mean, have you seen that Colonel Sanders, though? Like,
that's why I said sexy Colonel Sanders.
Thank you, because he is kind of sexy.
Stupid,
but
sexy Sanders.
I have a hard time getting around the whole Colonel Sanders part.
No! Oh, Layla. If I were llama, would you still love me? I was alpaca. If I were alpaca, would you still love me? Kazuma-kun!
Anyway, on to wholesome, happy animal facts to send you on your day. So, monogamy is something that is rather uncommon in reptiles. It is something that is not necessarily common in the animal kingdom either. Mammals will show it frequently, as well as birds, but reptiles not so much. There is one species, however, that does, to a fairly large extent, exhibit monogamy, and that would be Tiliqua rugosa, the shingleback, the sleepy lizard. There are so many different names for this lizard besides those, the bog-eye, bogey, pinecone lizard. Many others that are more colloquial in Australia specifically, but that's not why we're here. So these guys are adorable looking little lizards that have stumpy little legs, stumpy tail, stumpy head. It's all made to look like the same animal so that predators have a hard time telling where's the head and where's the tail, so they don't know where to attack.
They look like poop.
These guys just kind of crawl their way through the Australian deserts, and when it is time for them to mate, a male will usually shackle up with a female, and those two will be each other's choice for life.
Aww.
And it's not extremely pair bonded as you would see in birds or mammals, but they do stick near each other and they look out for each other. and they make sure that each other don't get attacked by predators. And another cool thing about these guys is that, unlike a lot of reptiles, these guys are viviparous, which means they give birth to live young.
Huh.
And so the male and female will shackle up, they'll watch out for each other, and then when the female produces her young, the male will make his way off to somewhere nearby in the desert. He's pretty much done at that point. Parental care is not extreme when it comes to these shinglebacks. The young will stay in the mother's territory, though. Not necessarily receiving outward care from the mother. However, they do have the safety in numbers, and the mom will occasionally look out for the babies, which for a reptile is fairly uncommon, and it's very sweet.
That is really sweet. Nah.
Yeah. They can also live up to 50, which is really cool too.
Yeah. So yeah, I didn't know that about shinglebacks actually. That's pretty cool.
They're so cute. I love them.
All right. So the last animal we're going to be talking about today, because we're coming up on that time, is we're going to talk about albatrosses, or the Diomedidae. Albatrosses are really cool. I actually watched a video about this. They're another one. They mate for life, because we kind of took the wholesome road to, end your night. They do mate for life. See, what they do is when they court each other, they have really sharp beaks, and those beaks are used for, eating, catching, killing. Well, they use those beaks, they actually will caress their mate, and they'll, kind of like they're petting them with their mouths, and then they start, it's a weird, tap dance sword fight they have with their beaks. It's really cool, but it's like a tap dance sword fight, ticka, 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 ticka. The thing is that if he performs it well, she'll accept him. But if he can't keep a beat to save his life, she's like, yeah, no, fuck this shit. And then she tries to find another. See, what's interesting about albatrosses is that where a lot of birds will lay an egg and then the male fertilizes them, albatrosses actually hump each other. They actually do like to get it on. Oh yeah, and they actually will mate for a long time, which is actually not common in birds. So they actually have a nice, healthy, long sex life, I guess. They will mate for life, and one of the reasons why they mate for life is because raising the egg is a 2-person job. So she sits on it, he brings her food, he sits on it, she brings him food. Unlike the dirty goddamn emus. But, emus, really quick, emus are a fun story because the lady emu will lay the egg, and she'll be like, here you go, honey, sit on them, just see how it feels. And he's like, okay, sweetheart, and then he'll sit on the eggs, and she'll be like, deuces, and she fucks off to, Las Vegas or wherever. And so he's like, wait, what? And now he's a single dad, and he cannot leave that nest, ever. So he'll lose 30% of his body weight, and then the chicks will hatch. He'll raise the kids. He's he's a sob story because he's a single dad because his woman fucked off. So yeah, that's emus, which are not wholesome, where albatrosses are wholesome. All right, Bud, DA, you guys have anything to add?
I mean, I'm listening to you just go on a side rant about emus, and I feel like emus. It was rather.
Actually, no, I do.
I feel like it was rather directed.
I do love emus. I just think it's funny. It was like at the when we worked at the zoo, and I told that story about the emus, and all the women are sitting there, elbowing their husbands or whatever, ha ha ha, yeah, no, yeah, woman power, yeah. And I'm just like, all right, bitches, just wait till we get to the lions. But but all right, DA, you want to get your ass off of mute and add anything? DA?
I think he might be getting his ass off.
Yeah, probably. Hey, asshole!
DA has a guest with him.
Yeah, I know
So-
that. DA, get your
No,
mouth
I'm
off
telling our
her.
lovely audience.
Get your mouth off her and get your mouth on this mic.
Oh, I must have been muted. I thought I was still talking.
Mhm,
Yeah,
sure.
okay, yeah, sure, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, anywho.
He's just listening to us go in the background.
Right. So, anywho, DA, you have any... Would you get your ass off mute? You have
Focus,
Yeah?
God damn
You
it.
have anything to say?
It's Valentine's Day. What are you still on this
At least I'm
podcast
waiting
for?
to go get my rocks off. Jesus.
All right, jeez. All right, well, he's getting
He
his
just
rocks...
remuted.
Yeah, fucking hell. Anywho, his dumbass is muted.
Unfucking professional.
Right? God damn, we are a professional channel, DA. Shut
Okay,
up, bud.
wait.
All right. All right. I'm River. That's Bud, and the muted guy. Who's
Oh, we're
getting...
ending?
What's that? Yeah, we're ending. Dude, it's an hour. We're done.
Oh, fair enough.
All right. I'm River. That's Bud. The asshole muted in the background is DA.
He was here.
He was here. Now he's up someone else's cooch, but that's besides the point. All right. I will talk to you fuckers later. Thank you so much for joining us.
Now, do us all a favor. Go get your rocks off, too.